In today's video, we're diving all into how to set a New Year's resolution that you will actually stick to. And if you are seeing this video, you're probably interested in setting some sort of resolution that has to do with your health or wellness. So we'll dive into that a little bit more. So this time of year, everybody's getting excited about setting some sort of goal. And in hopes that they're really going to stay in the bandwagon for an entire year, but usually, a month, a week, a few days down the line, we're already off track. So you hear me talk a lot about vision, but truly, that is the number one thing I want you to think about when creating your 2021 resolution or goal. I want you to think about what you really want your life to look like at the end of this year, or next year, really. So end of 2021. So to break it down further, I want you to think about one thing that really bothers you about where you are now. What's one thing that makes you cringe or feel frustrated or make you feel like you're missing out? So maybe for a lot of you, you talk about energy. So maybe it's energy. Maybe you feel like at the end of this year, you really want to be able to keep up with your kids. You want to be able to come home from work and not feel like you have to pass out on the couch every day. You want to, not have that afternoon crash. So maybe energy is your really your driving force. Maybe one thing that you really want to change by the end of this year is your confidence. And I know this is applicable to many of you moms. Maybe you want to feel confident in your own skin or in your own clothes, clothes that you wish you could fit in. And imagine, what was a phase of your life when you could fit into these things? And I promise you that it is not out of reach. We just have to figure out how to implement systems to get you there. So, really have a big vision, dream big. Maybe you want to be able to have intimacy with your spouse without feeling uncomfortable if he reaches over and touches your tummy or whatever it is. So, maybe one thing you really want to change is organization. I see this a lot too. So a lot of moms feel like it's too hard to figure out the meal planning, to figure out how to make a healthy lifestyle day in and day out for their families. So, maybe you know how to eat healthy, but again, the implementation part is what is really frustrating to you. So again, I ask you and I want you to think about, now that we've talked a little bit, what is the one thing that is really bugging you? So for me, for example, one thing that really has been bothering me is how much time I waste either on social media or scrolling through things, apps, whatever, in wasting time. And I actually really love to learn and read. So, I notice that I'm feeling less fulfilled, like my soul, my mind, those things aren't being as fed when I am on social media, etc. So that is the thing that's really bugging me and the thing that I really want to change this year. So you've decided the thing that you really want to change. Again, for a lot of you, it has to do with weight loss, and that has to, different motives behind it. So next we have to decide on just the very first step to get you there. And this is where you have to be realistic. I want you to focus on just one thing that you really need to do in order to make yourself get on track to getting a little bit closer to your vision for that change. So if you want to lose weight, there's no way that, you'll suddenly wake up at 5 a.m. every day and exercise and cut out all sugar and eat your green smoothie and eat real food all the time. It's just not realistic and you're bound to fail. So maybe you pick one thing in January, and that is that you're going to cut out sugar. Or maybe you choose, I'm going to drink 75 ounces of water. Or maybe I'm going to just focus on exercise in January. So what is the next thing that you can master to get closer to changing the aspect of your life that is really dragging you down? For me, again, I mentioned that my goal is to change how I'm using my time. So I decided to focus on reading more books. I'm also giving myself grace to use audiobooks. So I have a goal to read 50 books in 2021, read or listen to. So I have downloaded Hoopla, which is a free app through the library to listen to books. And I'm putting books on my nightstand as a reminder to not scroll social media, but instead to read. So I'm replacing a bad habit with a good habit, and I'm really excited to see the benefits mentally. So again, I ask you, what is one thing you can do right now, or starting in 2021, that is one habit you can exchange for another? Maybe you can wake up and hit your treadmill instead of hitting your snooze button. Maybe you can chug a glass of water every morning instead of hopping right into a half pot of coffee that a lot of us are drinking. Maybe you can substitute your sugary breakfast for eggs and some veggies. So what is, again, one thing you can do, and as you start to implement these small changes, then they can start to add up and you won't feel like you're failing come January 10th or whatever. So we discovered this in our holiday challenge earlier this month, that it's really hard to make 12 changes all at once. It's nearly impossible, especially for us busy moms, and we have a lot of things on our mind. So, if you're new to, if we've just met, or if you're new to Fit for Life community, or just getting these emails, I run a private program called Fit Moms Academy, and this is essentially what we do. So we kind of break down step by step each week exactly what you need to do to lose weight, to maintain a healthy lifestyle, to feel better, have more energy, eat real food, all the things that you need to do. But it's very systematic, so that again, you can carry this forward into your day-to-day life in 10 years, 20 years. So I ask you again, as we kind of summarize, to ponder the two things as you get started on your New Year's resolutions. And I'd love to hear yours below in the comments. But what is the one thing that is really bothering you? So energy, confidence, the way your clothes fit, maybe it's your inability to do a push-up, your time management, whatever it is. And then what is the very first step that you need to take to get you on track and to be proud of where you will be at the end of 2021? So I encourage you not to go much past that, because it gets too overwhelming, and then reassess the next step once you've mastered the first step. So this is my passion. This is what I love to help women do, is to figure out the processes involved with losing weight and really meeting these goals. So if this is something that sounds fantastic to you, if you want to lose weight in 2021, if you want to get healthy, if you want to help your family to do the same, then I want to extend an offer. I offer 100% free mini coaching calls. So we can kind of walk through what it is that's really making you feel stuck right now. And then we can come up with the first step that you need in order to be successful in the new year. So I'd love to get to know you. I'd love to get to know kind of where you're from, and again, what's kind of keeping you where you're at, and what we can do to help you get on track. Thanks for taking the time for watching this video today. I'd love for you, if you're watching on YouTube, to hit subscribe so you can make sure you don't miss out at all. Each week we have a new video coming out. Press the like button if this video was helpful. And again, hop on down in the comments. Let me know what your New Year's resolution is. And where you really are struggling. What is the one thing that you want to change? And again, cheers to a new year. Hopefully it'll be a little less frantic and hectic than 2020. But I'm really proud of you all. I'm really proud of where you've come so far. And I can't wait to hear how you're feeling at the end of 2021.